So it's quite early again, and I'm very tired. So I was thinking maybe I would just have like a little lie down here for a minute. And then I remembered we have more work to do on verbs, right? Uh, Specifically, right now, a lot of you guys are trying to start your first projects for the semester, and for a lot of you, that involves using commands in various little things. Well, that's something called the imperative mood. There's an actual form that you have to use when you want to command somebody to do something or not to do something for that matter. So I guess real quick, I need to tell you how to do commands, how to make an imperative verb, right? So it's actually pretty easy. If you go back and look at the video I showed you the other day about the different conjugations and the verb stems, you kind of start from a similar point. So like a real basic verb that, we use all the time as an example would be the verb to love, amo, amare. It's a great example of a first conjugation verb. And when you look at that verb, right, you see the principal parts are amo, amare, right? It's an are. Well, to make it a command, you just take the re off the end and put if it's singular, you put nothing in its place. If you're telling somebody to love me, or whatever, you would just use ama. But you do have to make it plural if you're talking to multiple people. So if you want to make it plural, you have to stick a te on the end like so, amate. And that's actually pretty much what you do for all verbs. I did put some other examples here just in case that's not clear enough. So that's a good example of a first conjugation verb, but not all verbs are that. Some verbs are second. Actually, fun fact, some of you guys already know that the way you say hello in Latin is salve, although you may not know that that's actually a verb. It's actually one of these commands. The verb salve comes from the verb salveo, salvere, which means something like to be healthy or to be safe or whatever. So when you say salve at somebody, you are telling them to be that. You are saying, be healthy, basically. But again, that's only if you're talking to one person. If you want to talk to multiple people and you want to greet them, you have to use that plural ending. You have to stick te on the end, right? So you're just ditching the re from salvere to get salve, and then add a te to make it plural and say salvete. So, if you're saying hello to a whole group of people, make sure you say salvete, because if you just say salve, they're going to think that you're talking to one person and not the whole group, and you'll look like a buffoon. You don't want that. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, like, what is this idiot doing on the floor? He needs to get up and get to work. And you're right, I do need to get up and get to work. But I know some of you out there feel me, and you're thinking, like, yeah, it's early, and early is dumb, because you don't want to get up early either. And for those of you who are with me on this, you're probably like cheering me on right now, like, yeah, sleep. And if you want to cheer me on and you want to tell me to sleep, well, you should use a fourth conjugation verb like this one, like dormire. If you take the re off of dormire, you get dormi, which is the singular. So you could tell me to sleep that way. If you want to tell everybody to sleep, you can just stick a te on that and say dormite. It's the same process. You're just taking the re off. The only one that really is, tricky here at all is the third conjugation, just like it was before. In the third conjugation, we found out the infinitive has an e in it, right? But then in those present tense forms I showed you in the last video, you didn't get to use the e, which is awkward and also dumb. But this time you will, sort of. But this is really important for those of you who think that it's ridiculous that I'm down here and want to tell me to get up, because the verb get up is third conjugation. So, in fact, you actually can just take the re off of surgere and say surge and tell me to get up, but that's only when it's singular. If you want it to be plural, you actually do have to change that e to an I before you stick the te on it. So surge and surgite. And it's actually one that you'll see in the textbook, because there's a whole chapter about having to get up early and not wanting to do it. Well, now I really do have to get up because there's some kind of weird sound happening right over there, and I'm afraid something terrible like the Kool-Aid Man bursting through the wall is about to happen. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna post this. Y'all, if you have questions about these command forms, or if you have questions about how to do this with an irregular verb, hit me up in the comments. Bye.